So I got a very cool new figure today, and that's the Disney Carbotix Mickey Mouse from Blitzway and 5 Pro Studios. I'm never sure which it is, whether it's Blitzway or 5 Pro Studios. So I've been waiting for this one for quite a while, and I'm pretty excited. This one is, I didn't measure it, but it's supposedly 7.08 inches. Um, the big question, I had two big questions on it. The first one was, how much is it die cast and how much is it plastic? Because those are the two materials listed. And I could tell you that it is a lot of die cast. So where is it not die cast as far as I can tell? The hands are plastic. The ears are plastic. The eyes are plastic. I don't know if there's any other plastic on there. It is maybe this, I guess this portion here is plastic also. Probably, I'm not sure about this. It's hard to tell. The other big question I had was whether the fingers were fully articulated, because it's really hard to tell. I was guessing no, that they were not fully articulated, and I was correct. They are not articulated at all. It would have been pretty neat if they were, but they are not. This was a $190 figure, and I can certainly see where the cost goes in, particularly with all of that die cast. So I'll go through different things it can do. Mickey can open his mouth, and then we have some extra set of eyes. We have closed eyes, winking eyes, and these are pretty easy to just pop this off. Even with one hand I can do it. A little creepy there. Put that back on. And then it's got light up features. And shockingly, Carbotix, as far as I could tell, did not include the batteries, so you'd have to get your own batteries. But you open up the back there, and then I guess his eyes light up. Okay, the tail did not come attached, so that pops in, not surprisingly, because of just for packing purposes. He uses a lot of neat ratchet joints, so you could probably, let me see. No, you can't really hear. Thought maybe you could hear, but I'm not super excited. Well, there you go. Okay, yeah, you can hear those ratchet joints. I think the legs are a little loose, so in my opinion, they should be held up. You shouldn't let gravity pull them, but you could see here they kind of flop loose. They do pivot around. Now Mickey will hold his position perfectly fine, so it's not a problem there, but some of the joints are a little bit loose. So I'll give you some close-ups. This, you can see swivels, and then you can see the ratchet joint in there for the hip, and he's got ratchet joints here. Oops. So there's the bottom of his feet, and I believe it says, yeah, the Blitzway on it. And this is all metal. Very neat. Lots and lots of metal in this. It's got some really nice weight to it. So he's got some ab crunch there. And his ears will turn. All right, stand up, Mickey. There you go. Very neat looking figure. So it came with some cards. These, I guess, maybe show different poses you could put him in. So there's the different cards. Then it kind of goes through what their thinking was here. This is another card it comes with. I'm not sure what this is, whether I'm supposed to like cut it out and do something. I'm not going to. But it says here, we'd like to introduce a new attempt that we've never tried before. The Project started with a curiosity such as, what would it feel like if Disney characters were robots? And so this is what they came up with. What if the Disney characters were robots? And I think it is really, really neat. This is just a fantastic figure. This is my first, I believe my first Disney figure that I can recall. Never bought a different one. Yeah, the legs are a little bit loose. But again, he holds his position, so it's perfectly fine. He stands rock solid. Does not even come with a base or a stand, so, and I don't think he needs one. We have another card here. Actually, 2 cards. I don't know what these are supposed to be, postcards or something, like small postcards. And the instructions are just 2 pages. Shows how to remove the hands, as if anyone doesn't know how to do that. I guess maybe some people don't. Remove the eyes, swappable eye parts. Opening up the back, inserting the battery, and then it shows how it lights up, and it also shows how to insert the tail. I did not need the instructions to tell me that. I could figure all that out myself. So he's got 4 sets of alternate hands. And I did check. None of them are articulated. I think that would have been really neat. That would have been like the icing on the cake if his fingers were fully articulated. But it's not. But I think that I don't think too many people who buy this figure are going to be disappointed. And like I said, I did not know whether it was going to be a whole bunch of plastic and some metal here and there, maybe metal joints. But no, this is metal all over the place. This is a lot of metal. I think like these pieces attached here, plastic, this piece, his buttons, but the whole framework, the whole exterior here, I'm pretty darn sure that's metal. The feet, everything. So this line actually came with, you got to buy each figure separately, but there's Donald Duck. So there's Donald Duck, and also Stitch. And so Mickey was the one I definitely wanted to get. And then I figured, well, maybe if I really like Mickey, maybe I'll get Donald. And so I might still get Donald. Mickey was kind of my test to see the quality of this line. But Carbotix, I know I'm clearly not the only person that finds Carbotix to have extremely high quality. And what's interesting about Carbotix is they don't come out with a lot of figures. They come out with very few, maybe a couple a year. In this case, they're coming out with 3 at once. And they're very different. Like they don't have some figure makers like CCS and makers like that. You could kind of look at the figure and figure out what the company is, but Blitzway 5 Pro Studios, their figures, they do all sorts of different materials, all sorts of different licenses and things like that. And but the one constant is high quality in all their figures. They're the ones that did the $800 Voltron, which was pretty amazing. So anyway, I think that if people go out and get this, I think they're going to be happy with the results, with all that metal and everything in it. Would have been cool if they had fully articulated fingers, but so be it. Can't have everything. Then they would have only had to kind of maybe do one set of hands, and then you could pose the hands. Anyway, so that is Disney Carbotix Mickey Mouse by Blitzway and 5 Pro Studio.